Alright, so this is one of the best decks in the game, the Melffy Spright. So I'm going to start off with Nimble Beaver right here. That'll bring out Angler. And then we're going to use Nimble Beaver plus Angler to go into Spright Sprint. Using Spright Sprint, we're going to send another Angler to the graveyard. That Angler allows to bring out 2 Nimble Beavers. We're going to use one of the Beavers plus that same Sprint to go into Gigantic Spright right here. Then using Gigantic Spright, we're going to bring out Swap Frog. We're going to use Swap Frog to send Ronin Tonin, and then we're going to just special summon out Blue. Since we already had Jet in hand, we just search Carrot, and then we're going to use the 2 monsters on field to go into Melffy of the Forest. This will search a Melffy Caddy, and then this card right here, Caddy. So Caddy basically can search for Penny during our end phase. So we're going to then summon out our Jet. Jet is going to grab Starter. Then we go into a Spright Elf right here, use our starter to bring out Red, and then we're going to go into an IP Masquerena. Then we're going to activate our Spright Elf right here to revive back our Swap Frog to send another Swap Frog to the grave. Then we're going to activate Ronin Tonin to banish that Swap Frog to then bring that Swap Frog back onto the field, or Ronin Tonin back onto the field. And then we're going to go into a second Spright Elf. Now, why would I go into a second Spright Elf? Well, for one, I don't want to lose my main Spright Elf up here at the top. Plus this one right here, if I activate this one down here, it's untargetable. So that's the main reason. So we're just going to then activate that Melffy Caddy in the end phase like I was talking about. The reason you do that is if your opponent normal or special summons a monster, which means when they go to make a play basically, you could return this card back to your hand and then search a different Melffy card. So then we'll search Melffy Penny. Once Melffy Penny gets added to your hand off of an effect like this, you will be able to special summon that Penny onto the field and then go into a synchro summon. Now it doesn't actually happen in this particular match. My opponent is going to activate Harpy's Feather Duster, and it's because he probably knows how the deck actually plays. Now, I'm not worried about losing my infinite impermanence right here, but whatever. So then I basically go into Crusadia Avermax, and then I activate my Spright Elf to revive the Carrot. So now I have both a Carrot and a Red negate. So Carrot can negate a spell and trap, and then Red can negate a monster. I'm going to negate his Toon Kingdom, and then I use the Xyz that was on field to pop this card basically. And then he baited me out. He had a second one. So he then goes and grabs using his comic hand to grab my Spright Elf. Now, I don't know why he didn't go for Crusadia Avermax because it doesn't say anything about targeting, but maybe this card targets because it's an equip card. So maybe that's what that equip sign is for, is to indicate that it's targeting. I don't know. So then he attacks to directly. But the funny thing is, if he was able to get my Crusadia Avermax, it would have been a GG's. Not necessarily game for him. He wouldn't have won because I still would have beat him, because the result is the end. I don't have to beat this card if it's on his side of the field. I have to beat this card, because if Toon World is not on the field, destroy this card so I get my card back. So all I have to do is beat his Toon Kingdom right here, which is counted as Toon World when it's in the field zone. So then I go into Spright Elf right here, revive back the Carrot, and that frees up some space, so then that way I can summon Deep Sea Diva. Go into Gigantic Spright. That allows me to bring out Blue. Blue is going to search Jet, and then I'm going to go into Sky Cavalrion. That way, just in case he has any kind of shenanigans, I can go into Zeus, and then I'm going to use Jet to search Smashers, and then activate Smashers to get rid of his Toon Kingdom. Once I get rid of his Toon Kingdom, of course he loses his field. I get my Spright Elf back, and then I just attack for game. That easy. It was just that easy. Alright, so everybody always asks me about my deck list. This is the particular deck that I was just playing. It's the Melffy Sprights. There is some differences. Of course, this card was not in the deck, but I did add this one because I used to run this in my Spright deck. I basically replaced it with the other Melffy card. Um, this card right here, Murray Melffy's. I never go into this card. It is a very good card, but I never go into it. So I would prefer to run Unchained Abomination because I think it's extremely powerful. Um, there are some really good Melffys in here. If you ever want to play like more Melffy, some people actually run more Melffy cards in their Spright deck. But the ones that you really need to just like beat the current meta is really just the ones one penny and one caddy pretty much beats the meta right now. You could run more copies of caddy so then that way you don't have to like go into um, the Melffy of the forest to search it. So you could do that. That way when you go into your end phase, basically it'll automatically just give you that body. So it's pretty good there. Yeah. Alright, so hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. If you like it, subscribe, like the video. If you got any questions, tips, or anything like that that you think could improve the video, just let me know, and maybe I'll try it out. We'll see. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.